Hey guys, in today's video, we're going to be talking about some more details surrounding the businesses of the nightclub updates, how they're going to work, how we're going to make money, and a whole lot more. Now, before we get started talking about that, probably the person that's going to be leading us through this is Tony Prince from The Ballad of Gay Tony. So we have pretty much for the most part seen him in the trailer. There's still a handful of people that say, no, that's not Tony Prince, it's someone else. But I'm like 99% sure that it's him. Then on the Rockstar Newswire, Rockstar actually gave us a description of the famous nightclub expert that's going to be helping us out along the way. And that same description pretty much matches how you would describe Tony Prince. It says, thanks to the efforts of one well-known, well-connected, and somewhat financially sound impresario, the underground dance club scene is about to blow open in July. Now, what's interesting is Rockstar have not confirmed that this is Tony Prince, but I think they just might have based off of that wording and thanks to the box art on episodes from Liberty City, which is the version of GTA 4 that contains the Ballad of Gay Tony expansion and the Lost and the Damned. So someone in my Discord actually pointed this out to me, and I had not seen this because I'd never looked at the back of the episodes from Liberty City box art. But as you guys can see here, under the Ballad of Gay Tony on the back, it said, as Luis Lopez, part-time hoodlum and full-time assistant to legendary nightclub impresario Tony Prince, aka Gay Tony. If that's not a confirmation right there, I don't know what is. They used the word impresario twice. I guarantee you that was on purpose. So that little hint right there on the very back of the GTA episodes from Liberty City box art essentially confirms, if it wasn't already confirmed, that Tony Prince is going to be the guy leading us through our nightclub business. Now, what sort of role is Tony Prince going to have? That I think remains to be unknown. Whether he's going to be like Ron or Agent 14 that just, runs you through opening up the business and then gives you phone calls and text messages, or if he's more involved and has more of a purpose like the CEO office assistant that can do things for you inside and outside the office, that we don't really know. It would be cool if he was involved in a little bit more than just an introductory role, but it looks like, at least for now, we know he is confirmed to be coming in this update, even if Rockstar haven't technically said it. The next bit of interesting information comes from a staff member on the GTA forum site, Mach1 Bud, and he actually describes a little bit about how the nightclub business is ultimately going to work and how we could actually make money. So he was replying to a comment, something that had to do with leakers, I really don't know, but he stated, you will be able to set drink prices and entry fees at the door. So this is kind of interesting, and it really emphasizes the point that it sounds like at least all, if not half of the nightclub update is going to be very passive income. And this kind of aligns well with what Rockstar said on the Newswire, that it's basically just going to be our jobs to help the DJs run their best possible show. That includes setup, design, staffing, and promotion. So I would assume that part of the way we make money in this nightclub update is, number one, by having lots of guests in our nightclub. The more guests, the more money you make. But it almost sounds like we're going to be able to micromanage our club like we were the actual manager of it, setting drink prices on the inside, setting the entry fee. And I guarantee you there's going to be a lot of business savvy checks and balances here. Like, for example, you can't make drinks $40. I'm going to use real life terms here because Rockstar have $20,000 jackets in this game, and that really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So if you set your drink prices for $40, almost no one is going to buy them, at least like casual individual drinks. Same with the entry fee. If you make it $1,000 to get into the nightclub, no one's going to come in. So there has to be this set of checks and balances of how much you can charge for something without affecting the amount of people that come in the nightclub. So that's going to be another interesting aspect of the nightclub business, is balancing prices versus how many people you want in your nightclub. Now that also begs the question, what else are we going to be able to charge other than drinks and entry fee? For the most part at nightclubs, that's like about all you can really charge for. You can't like charge for someone's time on the dance floor or, anything else you might be able to purchase there. I'm really not too sure. Those seem to be like the two main things that you could possibly charge for. But that is interesting. And as I mentioned, maybe the more you charge for drinks and entry fee, you'll make more money per night. but it might take longer to make the maximum amount of money because you're going to have less people. Again, that's really getting into like the dynamics of how rich the GTA Online NPCs are. Are they willing to pay for those prices? But it is interesting that there's going to be a lot of like business savvy-esque things that you're going to have to do in this. It's not just grabbing a Hydra and stealing crates. You know, you're going to have to do some checks and balances here, which I actually think is kind of awesome. Now, something else that's kind of interesting and that might be used with the Nightclub update is a mission that was cut from single player. Now, I've touched on this in previous videos talking about some of the cut missions and cut content from Grand Theft Auto Online. And if you want to find all the details of this, I'll leave a link to Vadim Im's channel in the description. He's the one who actually found this. But essentially, there was a cut Strangers and Freak mission from a character named Dale. He has like a 3D model and everything that Rockstar could even reuse. And his mission was kind of interesting. So as you guys can see here, you can still see Dale in the files. Now, the mission was kind of interesting. Franklin meets Dale outside of a nightclub, and Dale asks Franklin to take some photographs of hot women around the town and send them to him. And then when they meet for a second time, Franklin meets Dale in the club, but he discovers that Dale is planning on drugging the women he took photos of, which is obviously not great. So Franklin tries to stop him, but is drugged by Dale, who then escapes. So that was a mission that was clearly meant for single player, but maybe we could see that reappear in Grand Theft Auto Online. Maybe a certain type of paparazzi style mission that we'll have to do for our nightclubs. Moving on, the next thing I want to talk about has to do with the guest list. You guys know the guest list rewards so far, but this is what they're going to look like on the loading screens. So once again, Rockstar will not only tell you what they look like on the newswire, but they're also going to tell you what they look like when you're loading in. So this is the next set right here. I'm not going to say this is next week's because as we touched on earlier, I don't particularly know if this is meant for next week or if this is meant for another week. Again, all the release date stuff has been incredibly confusing so far, but you can see that involves the Maibatsu Mule custom, the Pounder custom, liveries for the Swinger and stuff like that. That one's pretty cool. The fourth guest list benefit includes new t-shirts, liveries for the Enough Stafford, the Mammoth Patriot Stretch. Pretty awesome stuff right there. And the final guest list benefit that Rockstar is going to be doing involves the free vehicles, the Night Shark, the Ubermacht Revolter, and they say, thanks for joining the guest list. Stay tuned to the Newswire for more exclusive events coming to Los Santos. So that's what they're going to look like on the loading screen. You guys have known what those have been like for a couple days now, so not a ton of interesting information right there. Again, it's kind of hard to say when those will be coming out because at this point, we don't know if it's going to be the 17th or the 24th. It's just really crazy trying to predict it. Now, the last thing I want to talk about in this video, because a lot of you guys have been asking, because I keep referring to release dates and release times, you guys want to know if Rockstar do give us more information or a trailer, what time is that going to be coming out? Because I know a lot of you guys, for whatever reason, might still be in school or have work. So if something happens during that time where you're unavailable, obviously you won't be free to check it out. For the most part, Rockstar always release new information, like a newswire post around, at least for me, which I'm on the East Coast of the United States, it's between 10 a.m. and really like 1 p.m., like in the early afternoon hours. So the tunables for updates, those always update for me super early, like 4:30, 5:30 a.m. But Newswire posts and trailers, like, for example, the Doomsday Heist, which was the last DLC trailer we got, came out for me at 10 a.m. EST on the dot. Like, Rockstar had it pre-planned. So if Rockstar does reveal any more information, like an announcement or a trailer, it's likely going to happen, at least for me, at around 10 or 11 a.m. If it's a little bit later, closer to noon or 1 p.m. Really, the only time in which they've done information not at that time was for gun running, when they kept doing articles like really late in the afternoon for me, which was quite strange. Now, once again, that really doesn't guarantee anything. Rockstar is on their own schedule. They can release things whenever they want and on any day they want. And speaking of that, for the most part, trailers do come out the Thursday before the update. Like if we go back to Doomsday Heist, Smuggler's Run, if we go back to a lot of the other DLCs that have come out before that, trailers, yes, they typically do come out the Thursday before. So I am going to be keeping an eye out on the Newswire tomorrow. I'm not saying anything is a guarantee, but there is a good chance we could see something. And I think out of all the days out of the rest of this week, it's the most likely chance that we see something from Rockstar. But anyways, that's all I'm going to be talking about for you guys in this video today. Hopefully you did enjoy. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Let me know what you think about everything we discussed and more. If you did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.